Hey guys, it's your boy Anthony Addison, and today I have another what if video. Some 6 more games that should have or could have been released for the Atari Jaguar. I include a couple Atari ST Computer games with early 3D polygon graphics, which I think would look pretty good on the Jaguar. And I've included a couple of my own original ideas. And that one arcade game, which never gotten released on any home console, but has some good early 3D polygon graphics, which I think would look pretty good for the Jaguar. And I include that one game that was already released on home consoles, which I thought would be pretty good for the Jaguar as well, and better than the Super Nintendo version, with a fast, smooth frame rate and better controls than the Super Nintendo version. So here we go. First up is Frontier Elite 2, which is a 3D flight simulator or adventure game, however it is. Has impressive early 3D graphics, which I think would look pretty good for the Jaguar. And Alpha Waves, an early 3D platformer with flat shaded polygon graphics. And I think these will look pretty good for the Jaguar as well, since Alpha Waves was also an Atari ST game. So I would release these two in late November 1993 as remaining titles, because to rewrite history, they'll look pretty good for the Jaguar. Bentley Bear in Space, my own original idea. And it's a 3D arcade on-rail shooter. And you could also collect rubies to complete your missions. And this also features Bentley Bear from Crystal Castles. Since Bentley Bear is a memorable Atari character. And that would have impressed some people. And I'd say release it for the Jaguar also in late November 1993. And I even did the cover artwork myself. Here's Race Driving, an early 3D racing driving stunt simulation game. And this will look pretty good for the Jaguar and would have better controls and would run smoother than the Super Nintendo version. And it's the game that we should have gotten instead of Club Drive. And I'd say release in 1994 to rewrite history. And here's Namco Presents Winning Run, an early 3D racing game. And this was released exclusively for arcades. So if I could rewrite history, I'd say release it in November 1994, because it has good polygon graphics that look pretty good for the Jaguar. And people will love that. I mean, if Atari tried hard enough and coughed up the dough to get the rights to Winning Run, And it would have helped them also succeed as well. And here's Centipede 3D, my own original idea. Message to username SuperPat98. And I'm sorry if I have to do this, but this is just my own original idea, my own version of it. Centipede 3D, it's a three-dimensional remake of the original Centipede arcade, part of the updated classics trend, like Tempest 2000, Missile Command 3D, Defender 2000, and Breakout 2000, even though that one was an aftermarket title and was kind of official. Centipede 3D is also a good original idea of mine because it uses 3D polygon graphics with fancy Galroad shading, which adds some depth to the polygons. And you can also do it with 2 players as well. And I did the artwork myself for the cover. And you can't tell me that this particular game's not going to sell like hotcakes. If I would rewrite history, I'd say put that one out in '95. Because people will also love that for the Jaguar as well. And there you have it. A few more games that should or could have been released for the Jaguar. And thanks for watching.